Tonight, we've got a huge game against Shakhtar with potential of winning our first game in the Champions League. Can we do it? Let's see. Roll that title. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 57 of the Liechtenstein Challenge here with Vaduz. I just wanted to show you the schedule page on how we have been doing since that Real Madrid defeat in October. So, after the game against Real Madrid, we took a 3-1 victory at home against Winterthur with goals from Esposito in the 11th and 35th minute, and Mario D'Oria, our Australian centre forward, getting a goal in the 18th minute. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep a clean sheet in this game. Mats, I think Seller got a goal in the 80th minute. Then we absolutely trounced Triesen in the Liechtenstein Cup quarter-final. As you can see there, goals from a lot of our players: Zek, Zakawani, Beal, Freund, Baladov, and Javier João to round it off. We absolutely destroyed Triesen. So we are through to the semi-final of the Liechtenstein Cup. That was then followed with a 2-0 victory away from home to Zurich. We scored with goals from Marcos Paulo and Emily, the lone winger from Barcelona. And then we took a trip to the Allianz Arena, also known as Football Arena Munich in FM, and we secured our second point ever in the Champions League, a 2-2 draw away to Bayern Munich, and we nearly secured our first win in this game if it wasn't for a Bakary Jama pen. So I'm just going to show you the goals and how things went on in this game. Bayern started off pretty well with a goal from Jude Bellingham in the 12th minute, and then we countered that from a throw-in of all places. Marcos Paulo got on the end of Silla's header, and then in the second half we were almost in dreamland. Lazarus, our centre-back, got a goal in the 46th minute, but as I said, Jame got a really, I want to say, lucky penalty against Lazarus of all people, so he was also the villain as well as the hero for this match, and disappointing that we didn't get 3 points, but we took a point away from Bayern, and a very respectable point, I must say. In terms of the Champions League phase, so not a lot has really changed. We are obviously on 2 points now. We're above Juventus of all people, and Sparta Prague and Molde. We're only 3 points off some big names in Europe, and Shakhtar are only above us by 1 point, so it's going to be an interesting game this evening. After the Bayern game, we had a 2-0 victory against Thun, thanks to goals from Alejandro and Simon Beale. This wasn't the most comfortable of games, but then we followed that up with a 3-2 victory away from home to Aru. Goals from Emily in the 45th and the 77th minute. Marlon Teitman getting a goal in the 54th minute. Jimenez and Fernandez made this game uncomfortable for us. It was 2-2 for a while. And even though Menkaroni got a really poor rating in the game, he made a crucial save in the last couple of minutes to secure 3 points. And from the Super League table, we needed those 3 points. So yeah, this is with regards to how the Super League table looks at the moment. We're currently in second place with 11 wins and 6 draws on 39 points. But if we had drawn that game against Aru, it would have created an even significant gap to Luzern. Luzern do have a game in hand. It's against Basel, so we're hoping that Basel are going to win that. But at the moment, it looks like it's pretty much a 2-horse race. But Young Boys are on the outskirts, I would say, only 10 points currently behind Luzern, but if Luzern win, it's 13 points. But we just need to make sure that we keep piling on the pressure for Luzern. Our form recently has been really good, so I'm hoping that can turn into a little bit of luck on our end, because from the draws, we've had some really I want to say unlucky draws, especially against the likes of Thun, Zurich, Winterthur, Yeoverdon. And I probably would say Basel as well, but I think in that game Basel dominated. Luzerne have only drew 2 games against Aru and Vaduz. They've had a really good season, but I really want to catch them, especially since the screw were over last season. As I mentioned in the last video, but I just wanted to remind you, we're going to do the Newcastle game next after Shakhtar this evening. And then we will see how we are doing in the Champions League phase to determine whether I'm going to do another episode with Atletico Madrid. And then I think for the rest of the season, whether or not we're in the Champions League phase, it'll just be a rush to the end of the season, like I've done with the previous spell in the Champions League. And then we will go from there. But I'm looking forward to these next couple of games in the Champions League. Let's get into this Shakhtar match. This is the lineup that we are going to go with for the match against Shakhtar this evening. So we've gone with the usual 4-3-3. It's going to be Menkaroni, Javier, Lazarus, Kaminsky, and Depov in defence. Zakowini, Teitman, Alejandro in the middle. I've decided to go with Doria up front and Paulo on the left and Maximiano on the right for a change. I may change that at half time. I don't know, because we've left out Silla, who's had a decent spell recently, but he didn't do well against Bayern. We've also dropped Esposito for this game, and Simon Beale is on the bench. Kovacevic, I've also left out and put him on the bench because I'm more favouring Lazarus and Kaminsky as a partnership than Kovacevic, and also I've still got that feeling from last season where he had that little bit of a hissy fit and decided he wanted to leave and then changed his mind instantly. So the only players that I'm missing out are our Italian winger Melone, who's looking really good, by the way. I need to start playing him more, but consistency is the issue with him, and Luis Pistol, who is our Spanish backup goalkeeper. I will see you at the match. Always the case, we are behind the buildings work here in Vaduz for this game against Shakhtar. That's better. But yes, a crucial game for us tonight. I think this is a chance for us to potentially win a game in the Champions League for the first time. And as you can see, the construction work is ongoing. I can't wait to see what happens with those 2 stands, to see what they look like. But anyway, apart from the camera angles, everything looks very good for an evening in Liechtenstein. So let's see if we can get 3 points on the board in the Champions League. Looks like a first chance for Shakhtar here, maybe. Alejandro getting the ball, but it's not really dealt into anything. That's a worry there from Francisco Javier, but I mean, Maximiano's done really well. Can you do something with him? Go on, Maximiano. Oh my god. That would have been a great start from the man from Portugal, Daniel Maximiano. Another highlight now, Zakowini on the ball. Javier. It's a decent ball to Maximiano. Can he find Doria in the box? He can't, but he can find Teitman, and Teitman just misses thanks to a good save from Koski, I think he's called. Are we going to do anything from this highlight or not? Shakhtar have got the ball. Can we win it off them? Dominia, Doria, Marcus Polo. We're trying to break there, but we can't. We've took it off them again. Maximiano, Zakowini. Oh, Marcus Paulo. We need to. It's a save at the end of the day, but we need to be taking these chances. We can't do that in the Champions League. We need to be taking those chances compared to playing in the Conference League. Switch ourselves up to attacking. Maximiano. Kaminsky. It's an own goal, but we'll take it. He's not the first scorer in the Champions League for us, at least. But it could potentially be a massive goal for us, getting those 3 points on the board for the first time. in the 2 spells that we had in the Champions League. Kaminsky seems to do alright from them corners. That's another player I've got to think about potentially keeping a hold of. Paolo? Doria? How has that not been 2-0? We should be 3 or 4-0 up here. But yet again, we can't be complacent against Shakhtar. Doria, Kaminsky, are we going to get anything more? No. 1-0 at half time, and we deserve it from the shots that we've had on target. I'm going to leave things as they are. We're not going to change anything. But the likes of Doria, Paolo need to step up a little bit up front. Tightman as well. We need to be bagging another goal here. Going to make some changes here up front because we're not doing particularly well. And I've just noticed that Depov is a bit nervous. So I'm also going to... Yeah, I might just make that change at the back as well. I've just noticed that as well. We're going to bring on Esposito. Yeah. And we're going to bring on Kaiser as well. We're going to give him a chance. Esposito is going to be the advanced playmaker on support because I think that role for him really works well on the wing. I'm going to make the 4 changes there. Silla is probably going to be the last change unless we get a crazy injury here. But I've not been impressed with Kaminsky, and I didn't notice that Depov was a little bit nervous there. Shakhtar have come definitely back into the game with the amount of shots that they've had. We really need this second goal. Marcus Paulo gets deflected. This win would put us 25th in the league of 36. We could do with a second goal just to help with the goal difference. I am going to take Tightman off because he's not having a good game. What I may do though, and call me crazy, but I'm going to put Esposito there as the advanced playmaker. And we'll bring Silla on just to incorporate Esposito because I think he deserves, for the amount of substitute performances that he's been scoring for one doing okay, a chance to play this game. And I think that advanced playmaker role would suit him really nicely, so. Still not any signs of us getting a second goal here. Oh no, Shakhtar have got a corner. Alejandro clears it. Goalkeeper's down, and that was a bit of a nervous one for me. Another set piece for Shakhtar. Esposito losing it. Oh! What is this team, man? Why can we not get a win in Europe in the Champions League? It's Esposito of all people, but I mean, it's not necessarily his fault. Nobody's chasing him down. Ah, Alejandro, man. That's why we needed the second goal so badly. It's another draw, and they probably deserve it, but that is just really frustrating for me. That I'm not happy with them, especially certain players in that team. And we've got Anderlecht next, and it's like Anderlecht's not going to be an easy team to play against. It's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. But at least we've got a little bit of money there, and we'll have to go again. Another draw there in the Champions League. We're halfway through. I'll update you in the next video when we play Newcastle whether or not we get 3 points against Anderlecht, because that is probably going to be the game where we potentially get some more points. But yeah, frustrating, really frustrating. We should have won that match, but that is what happens compared to the Conference League, and I've said it before, where you don't take your chances. And we had a couple of chances in that game to make it 4-0. Maximiano chance as well. Yeah, maybe didn't get my selection choices right, but in the end, I think it was a fair result. If you did enjoy the video today, please make sure to give it a like. And if you are new and liking the content, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. And I will see you for that next game against Newcastle United in the next video. So, take it easy, stay safe. Bye, everybody.